stitch a cast on stitch. You'll need 3 strands of thread, tie a knot in the end and trim off the excess. So a cast on starts a little bit like a bullion knot. So come up through your fabric, make a stitch of about 1 centimetre or so, and then come back through. You can use a sewing method if you want, or you can just use the stabbing method. Okay, now in a similar way to bullion knot, I've got hold of my needle at the back. Okay, now I'm going to make a little loop with the working thread. It's a bit fiddly, this. It's a bit fiddly when you're filming. That isn't it? Hang on. Let's put that down. Let me use 2 hands. That'll be much easier. Make a loop, pop it over there and pull. Make a loop, pop it over the needle and pull. If you are a knitter at all, this will make complete sense to you, I think. If you're not a knitter like me, you have to remind yourself how it works. It's definitely easier to make the loop like this. So you can balance it on the table. You'll need a nice steady flat surface. It does get a little bit twisty sometimes as you're making the loops, so just make sure you're not tangling up your working thread too much. Oops, I've split the thread there. Make sure you don't do that. If you do, just take it off the top of your needle and try again. Oops. I've done it again. I'm obviously having a fingers and thumbs day today. There we go. Do you like my stitch tutorial videos to actually show what stitching can be like in real life? It's a fiddly one, this one. It's worth just taking your time. It will start to spin round your needle as you're stitching it, so you can always just move it if you like. But that's part of the charm of the stitch, really. Just keep an eye on how long it is, so you want enough stitches to fill this gap that you initially created. There we go. Pop the loop over the top of the needle. You don't want to pull it too tightly. Again, it's a bit like a bullion knot in the same sense that you don't want to pull so tightly that you can't actually get it through. I will pick this up and show you what it's like a bit closer to the camera before I pull through. Oh, that loop doesn't want to go around, does it? There we go. Let's try and get one more on. One more loop, please. There we go. That's going to use that other hand to tighten it. So, don't know if you can see that there. It looks just like the start of some knitting. Okay, there we go. So I'm just going to push that slightly closer together. Now, in a similar way to the bullion knot, just want to keep hold of that as I pull it through. Nice and gently here. You don't want to pull all that stitching too far out of shape. And then when it's on the actual fabric, you'll be able to see how far you need to pull it. You can keep them twisty, you can move them around a little bit so they're more sort of evenly shaped in one direction like that, rather than a twist. But to finish off, you just need to push your needle back through the fabric close to where you started. And there we go. That is cast on stitch.